In the late spring of 1876, the rolling grasslands of the Montana Territory became the stage for a dramatic collision between two irreconcilable ways of life. The Great Sioux War had been ignited by the discovery of gold in the Black Hills, a territory sacred to the Lakota Sioux and guaranteed to them by treaty, yet increasingly overrun by white prospectors. When the United States government ordered all northern tribes to report to designated agencies or be declared hostile, thousands of Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho instead gathered in a massive encampment along the banks of the greasy Grass River, known to the Americans as the Little Bighorn. Leading this defiant assembly were influential figures like Sitting Bull, who provided spiritual guidance and a vision of victory, and the formidable warrior Crazy Horse. Tasked with forcing these tribes onto reservations, the U.S. Army dispatched a three-pronged expedition, which included the 7th Cavalry under the command of Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer. Custer, an ambitious officer known for his aggressive tactics, pushed his men ahead of the main column, fearing the encampment would scatter before he could engage. On June 25th, despite warnings from his scouts about the unprecedented size of the village, which likely contained over 2,000 warriors, Custer divided his force into 3 detachments. Major Marcus Reno was ordered to attack the southern end of the village, while Captain Frederick Benteen was sent to scout the bluffs to the south. Reno's charge was quickly met by a fierce counterattack that forced his men into a panicked retreat toward the river and up onto nearby cliffs, where they were eventually joined by Benteen's command and remained pinned down for 2 days. Meanwhile, Custer led 5 companies toward the northern end of the village, likely seeking to capture women and children as hostages to force a surrender. However, the terrain and the overwhelming numbers of well-armed warriors led by Crazy Horse and Gall quickly turned the tactical advantage against him. The cavalrymen were forced onto a series of high ridges, where their lines disintegrated under intense pressure. In a desperate final stand, Custer and his remaining 210 men were completely surrounded and killed to the last man. The shock of Custer's total defeat reverberated across a nation celebrating its centennial, leading to a massive military escalation. While the indigenous victory was a stunning display of tactical skill and unified resistance, it ultimately hastened the end of their independent nomadic existence. The United States government responded with a winter campaign that relentlessly pursued the tribes, eventually forcing them onto reservations and reclaiming the Black Hills, forever altering the landscape of the American West.